Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Raja, and today we are going to cover very interesting topic that is the URL dynamic like parameter values through URLs. So let me open today's like a agenda, and here is this like a topic: dynamic parameters through URLs and dynamic values passing uh, through URL. Both are like a very similar things actually. So let me remove this, and it is not a mandatory. And the real-time scenario. So let me open one of my like a dashboard. It is already published in my Tableau public profile. So let me open and then I'll show you. Yeah, it is already open here. So this is my sample like a dashboard. I already published in my public profile. And if you want, you can search my name like in the public profile itself. SRM ready. So if you go and search author name like SRM ready, definitely you can find this user and you can follow me through our public profile too. So what is mean by these dynamic values passing through URLs? So generally after like a publishing, if you want to share your workbook to any one of the users, and generally you can share through our URLs only. But the question is like so how do we can pass this like a values through your through URL? So for example, let me go back to this like a dashboard here. Let me refresh this page. If you see here, there are no more, like, so filters. It doesn't contain any kind of, like a filters in our dashboard. But if I go back to this some different, like a dashboard, here I can see the multiple, like a filters like country, region and status. So generally, once user, landed on this, like a page, and the user can, as per their requirement, they can check their relevant like a state or region or country or region, so they can filter their respective filters itself. Now the question, so this is our like a URL, and if they want, if, instead of like going and check this like filters, and how we can pass this like values through in our URLs. For example, so what I'm trying to do is, for example, let me copy this URL, and let me suppose to paste in our yeah, here. Let me paste in Notepad. Okay, and you can remove this now. So this is our URL. So this is like a dashboard name. So right now I have given this dashboard one only, and so generally we can give like a executive summary or sales and analysis or in different names altogether. So whatever it is required, and we can provide those dashboard names only. Now, so if you want to pass this like a values, for example, right now what I'm going to do is, right, let me, yeah, region is equals to east. Okay, so if you already have this like a filter, so on your dashboard, and you can simply enter this like filter name. So this is our filter name, region, and I'm going to give this value here like east. So please make sure this like so it is not it is like a case sensitive, so we should give this as respective uh, value now. Okay, so right now it's already selected this like a best. If I apply this like if I use this URL in our browser, it will automatically redirected. It will automatically filter that like value itself. Let me paste it here. Okay, now you can see. Now see. So earlier it was shows like so west, now it is showing east. So under this like a east, we have these like a states, and if you wants to like filter this like state also, we can do the same thing, and go and edit this like a URL, and instead of like so you can use this option here, and please add this like a state filter also here. State is equals to, so let me use this mine. Okay, so let me use this like so mine state, and here do not use any kind of so any other like so kind of commas, or like so those do not use those kind of like so colons or something, do not use. It is not like a mandatory here. Okay, and you can simply, yeah, and copy again, you can paste this like a link, into the same browser itself. Now it is not select default, it is showing all only, but if I make this, I mean if I try to use this, I mean link, it will automatically default, I mean filter those, I mean like a state also. Now you can see here what happened. Now you can see it is already selected, I mean east, and state is, I mean like a mine. Now, so this is, I mean like a static, we are passing this, I mean like static values in our URLs. So how we can do, like we can pass this, I mean like a dynamic values in our dashboards. And one more question. So why should I use this? I mean, like, so dynamic values in our, URLs. So what is the use case? And so why should I use these, all these things? And probably you can get those questions in our mind, but let me clear all these things. Okay. For example, on most of the dashboards, for example, executive summaries dashboards are probably, in case if you are not using any kind of, I mean, like a filters, and if you want to navigate from one dashboard to another dashboard, and whatever, I mean, values you are selecting in our first, I mean like dashboard, same values will be reflect in our second as a filter values only. For example, let me open one more, I mean like a dashboard right now. Just imagine this is the dashboard we have, dashboard 1, and this is our dashboard 2. So generally like so if you apply this, I mean URL actions, generally we can navigate from directly, like so we can directly navigate from one workbook to another workbook. That means so we are passing some external, I mean links, so that we can simply navigate to another workbook. Now the content is, I mean like so we are trying to pass some dynamic, I mean values. So generally what does mean dynamic values? For example, right now this particular dashboard showing this, I mean like a regional wise sales as well as top 10 states by sales. For example, now if I click on this, I mean like so any one of these, I mean state, New York or Texas and Washington. This is the, I mean top 10 sales under the all the regions, not only one region. It is giving the like across all the regions. For example, if I click on here, so the specific, I mean like a region, East region, there are three, I mean like a top three sales, I mean like out of, I mean like a 10. So same thing if I click on this, I mean West, and there are, I mean top two out of, I mean like a 10. And if I click on the Central also, there are, I mean like top three out of, I mean like a 10 only. I can see these, I mean like a records now. So generally, like if I click on here, and for example, let me choose this, I mean like a Washington. If I click on this, I mean Washington, it has to navigate, and so whatever value I have selected. So if I'm going to select this Washington, the Washington comes under this, I mean region West, and the state is, I mean like a Washington. If I click this, I mean like Washington record, it has to replicate it, it will automatically navigate to the respective dashboard. Along with this, I mean the values will get automatically filtered based on the selection. Let me click on here. Now after clicking, what happened? So I have clicked on this, I mean Washington state, and I have selected this, I mean West. So for example, let me show you one more. Let me go back. If you see here, the region is West and the state is Washington. If I go back to here, it is already default selected with this region as well as state. So let me go back again and let me select one more, I mean state here, and Ohio. So this is comes under this, I mean like a region, and state is, I mean Ohio. And if I click on here again, it will open that, I mean like sheet, and it will reload automatically, because we are passing these, I mean dynamic values, right? So that again, if you see here, so it is default selected this, I mean like a region and a state. Okay. Now the question is, I mean like how we implemented this, I mean like functionality in our Tableau. So generally we have, I mean like default feature with these URL actions, and from the URL actions we are trying to pass, I mean like a one dashboard to another. We are trying to access from one dashboard to another dashboard, along with this filtered, along with this, I mean like some dynamic values selection also. So let me open this and I'll show you. So I have Tableau, I mean I have installed this, I mean like a Tableau public, and if you have yeah, you can also download that Tableau public, and you can try. So in the meantime, so better to create a Tableau public profile, and definitely it will help you a lot. Why? Because most of the, and if you are going to attend any one of the interviews, and probably they'll ask a first question, do you have a Tableau public profile or not? So I'm requesting you everyone, so please better to maintain a Tableau public profile. I think it will help you a lot. And let me log in into my profile, and then I'll bring this, I mean existing dashboard. let me log in. Yeah, so successfully sign into this my account. I think it will open automatically. So let me modify sample dashboard when I have published is 2022. Yeah, URL actions best example. So let me open this. So if you want to download this workbook, it is already I mean it's already there in my public profile. Please go and download this workbook, and even I can share those links in my description, and probably you can download those. And here, yeah, so there are two sheets I'm using here. So if I go here the dashboards, and from the dashboards you can open this actions. Here if you see here, drill down to subcategory. So I already created one more it's already there, that actions. So if you open this actions, I'll show you. So I have enabled these actions, two level of actions from this region wise sales, the first sheet. So there is a pie chart, right? And generally the actions will pass automatically from region wise sales, as well as top 10 sales by top 10 states by sales also. So we already enable these actions from the both the sheets. So whenever users click on this either pie chart or bar chart, it will automatically navigate. But if you click on this pie chart, it will take you that respective a region value only. But if you click on this top 10 states by sales, it will take you the both subcategory as well as state also. It can get a filter. Now what we have done, so here I'm going to use this I'm using this option called a select option. And so generally we have to give, we're supposed to give some target URLs. So the target URL, so wherever you want to pass this the respective a values, you should so we should, and you should so give that URL here. So I have provided that a URL, and end of the URLs, yeah, please make sure end of the URLs. And if I click on here, let me remove this. Yeah. So whatever filters and whatever name you have given, the respective filters you should give. I already told you, right, that is a say case to, so that you should give that proper a filter name. And even if you want to give the dynamic values also, you should give the respective a values, whether it is not matched and it won't take any data itself. So there is an option here, the insert option, and if you see here, so from here we can pass this uh, values directly. So if you click on this a region, and so it will automatically takes this a field into this URL. And if you observe here, so it is taking a less than or a greater than symbol, between the less than and greater than symbol. That means it is the dynamic value. Whatever value you are selecting, it will automatically take you to that a URLs only. And symbol we are using, and the later state also the same thing we are trying to pass this value dynamically here. And so I think so there is one more questions comes under this so in our mind. And so is this fine, and definitely it will help you a lot, but what is the disadvantages of this URL actions? So I hope disadvantages means so if you want to navigate from one dashboard to another dashboard, and you should have for example, if someone is maintaining that URLS security, and you may access few dashboard, and you do not have access to some other dashboards also. But the problem is, right, if you already enable this URL action from one dashboard to another dashboard, if you do not have that access to the target a URL, then so there is no use of a point also, right? And every time we need to take care of this whether whether they are maintaining this so whether they are giving the access or not, whether you have access or not, we need to make sure that. And even though uh, there are so many filters, and so we should always think about so very passing very limited values. That means so if you are trying to pass this so much of so dynamic values, and definitely it is time to load that respect to a dashboard also. So those are those are small issues, but I won't say it is a disadvantage or something, but anyway. And so Definitely, it will help you a lot. And even though instead of this, we can pick the respective, so files from your SharePoint or any other, websites. And if you want to bring any Excels or CSV files, if you want to download those, files with the help of, URLs, yes, definitely you can do that kind of, things also with the help of, URL actions. And apart from this, um, it is not restricted for this string values. And even though you can pass this dates as well as parameters, yes. And we can do a lot of things with this URL actions. And I hope you guys are enjoyed this a video. And if you have a really having any issues with this, otherwise if you have any um, questions related to this video or any other related to Tableau, and definitely you can comment on this video. And so definitely I'll come with this solution in the future itself. And thank you so much watching for this video. Jai Hind.